Previously on How Polly Survived.
We made it, boys! Oh my god. We just came back from first tribal as well as the second challenge. And thankfully, despite all my paranoia and everything, Derek and Brooke came through, and Chloe's out. Apologies, Chloe. You got caught in the crossfire, but also you kind of inserted yourself into the crossfire.
I feel like I cheated on Hugh, and we both know that I'm in the wrong, but I have to gaslight him into thinking that it's actually him. I don't know. Joshua is honestly a thorn in my side right here, and I'm trying to pull him out, but I know that if we get to a swap, he's not making it to merge, but if we get to a swap, he's gonna be such an easy target ahead of me because he's so bad at this game. You have to trust people, and you cannot just tell someone straight to their face that you don't trust them. You think they'll flip. Because why was he going on and on about like, yeah, like if you flip and make it 2-2 vote, if you flip with Hugh, you're gonna win stupid games, win stupid prizes, but he's the only one playing a stupid game.
So I'm explaining to Derek here what the monkey's paw is, and I guess to everyone else here, but basically in various fiction and all that, there's this idea of the monkey's paw, which is this, stuffed, monkey hand that is this magical artifact that can give you whatever you want, but it likely has an unintended consequence. So, in explaining this, Derek, I asked you what, something you'd want.
That's $1 million.
Right. So Derek can get $1 million, right? And he gets that $1 million. But the way he has to get it is that he gets the money because a truck slammed into him, completely destroyed his body. So he's going to get his $1 million, but at what cost, right? So it's in relation to this is if we have to go to another vote, there's the potential for it to be like a 2-2 situation if someone flips, which could lead us eventually into rocks, which at this early stage is a terrible idea. Really, I think rocks is generally a bad idea, but especially in this situation right now that we're in, that it's kind of dangerous in a way that it doesn't need to be when we could just have a 3-1 vote if we have to on just Hugh, Don't anger the monkey's paw. Though at this early junction, we shouldn't be trying to pull another play stupid games with stupid prizes situation. Yeah. We've already seen what that does to someone. Sorry, Chloe. Yeah, I don't know.
Joshua is actually the love child between Philip Shepard, possible special agent, and Debbie Warner, the model, waitress, water chemist, personal trainer. Like, he is the love child in between them, because why did he go on and on about a monkey paw and then say the consequences of me flipping on him would be me being hit by a truck? He would never flip on Brooke, and Brooke would never flip on him. but I would flip on them and he would flip on me. To my face. Like, what?
Okay, so we're back. It's okay, you can be in it. Chill. We're back after I got blindsided. A little embarrassing, the fact that Joshua and Derek outplayed me. I mean, really embarrassing. And I understand, and they were right. All of them were right. And Chloe was my number one ally. But it's time to go into recovery mode. I think I played really, really well coming off a blindside. I was not mad. I pretended like it was all beans. It was all water under the bridge. Right after the challenge, which we won, which was clutch, they were going to throw the challenge. They were going to throw the challenge to vote me out. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad that didn't come to fruition. Derek pulled me aside and was like fucking snaking me. I'm like, I don't understand, bro. He's like, trust me. I'm like, dog, you just lied straight to my face and we were supposed to be cool, but whatever. I basically yelled at him. And I feel bad because I think I like went a little too far, and it wasn't that deep, and I did lie to him, and I did play him a bit. I just was salty about the vote outcome, but we came to a mutual conclusion that he was actually my number one and Chloe wasn't. So I just spent like an hour and a half trying to gaslight him into believing that he was always my number one ally.
All right, come on in. Dina voted out, the first tribal council of the season. And Zapatu, LOA, and Gypsum getting your first look at the new Corlitos tribe. Chloe voted out at the second tribal council. Shocked reactions from everyone's face. Brenna, I gotta go to you. How's the feeling? No, I'm just going to you. Just like, how's the feeling like seeing an original season 1 and original season 4 just picked out of the game, just like that?
Well, that was like my wowie and my best friend, so I'm like a little heartbroken. Kind of curious what happened, but yeah.
Sophia, when you hear something like that, where like, oh, my best friend and my wowie got voted out of the game, how is your like impression of like just seeing the dynamics of relationships that's already present within this group of returners?
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that there's like people who want people to stay in, and there's like obviously some prior like beef coming to this game. It's a little shocking seeing them walk in.
Q, I gotta ask, how was your first tribal council coming back into the game?
Nobody likes to go to tribal. I think anybody here who has played can say that. So, yeah.
Okay. Like I said in the beginning of this game, you have to expect the unexpected. Everybody, drop your expectations. You're not swapping tribes. You're gonna stay for 4 tribes for at least 1 more episode. All right, are you guys ready to get into today's immunity challenge? First things first, you gotta take that. All right, once again, immunity is back up for grabs. And for now, we got a little third guy joining in with us, little turkey. This is the same thing as these two. These mean immunity. Let's get into today's challenge. For today's challenge, 1 person on your tribe will be designated as your caller, while the 3 other tribe mates will be blindfolded. Using only verbal commands, the caller will direct the blindfolded tribe mates out here where we will scatter puzzle pieces, your tribe's colored puzzle pieces. The goal of the caller, direct them out here and pick up the puzzle pieces. The blindfolded person, pick up a puzzle piece, bring it back to your mat, go searching for more. Once you and your tribe have gotten all 15 puzzle pieces and all blindfolded tribe mates are back on the mat, the blindfolded tribe mates will take off their blindfolds and they will solve a tangram puzzle. First, 3 tribes to finish this challenge wins immunity. Will not be seeing me on Thursday at Tribal Council, where we will have the 3rd person voted out of this game. LOA and Gypsum, you each have 1 extra member. You have to sit somebody out. LOA, because Gannon couldn't be here due to a medical emergency with his hand being broken, he will be your sit out for you guys. Gypsum, you guys have 1 extra member. Person you sit out will have to compete in the next immunity challenge. I'll give you guys a minute to discuss, but I need a decision right now. All right, Gypsum, who are you sitting out of this challenge? Liam's gonna be sitting out of this challenge. Now, usually, I tell the sit-outs to take a spot on the sit-out bench. We'll get things underway. But I told you guys to really expect the unexpected. Liam, you are going to be sitting out of this challenge, but you're not going to be just spectating the challenge. Instead, you are going to be going away from your tribe and be going on a journey where anything could happen. you and Gannon would technically be on the journey together, so we will have Gannon join you on FaceTime. And you two will go separate from the game. You will rejoin your tribe either during the immunity challenge or after the immunity challenge, depending on how long you guys will take. But, Liam, grab your stuff, say bye to your tribe, head on out, we'll take you where you need to go. Here we go. Second immunity challenge of the season. Survivors ready. Go! Okay, we have people coming out of classes. We're going to pause for a second and we'll continue. All right, everyone keep your blinds. Just stay where you are for a second. All right? Chief. Yeah, this is...
Are we still going or no?
You're the only one out here. I'm right here. You don't listen to the rules, you can be disqualified.
All right. Okay, so because you guys won't shut, you guys are hella loud, we're gonna change the rules just a little bit, okay? Instead, the callers are gonna be down here, and the callers are allowed to walk along with their people. The big difference, however, the big difference is no touching is allowed, and you can only whisper, or you not whisper, you have to talk quietly, obviously. And also, the blindfolded people, they're not allowed to talk whatsoever. Only the 4 voices of the callers can be heard. Is everybody clear on those rule changes? Cool. All right, we'll get things under.
Screaming.
Yeah, no screaming as
You're
well.
gonna get a penalty.
Yes. Yes.
Can we like re-strategize first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, I'm not doing my job. Wait, this is so cool.
That's it. There you go.
Okay, now we just break.
Huge head start.
Timmy, for real this time.
my gosh, don't be my
Yeah, baby!
LOA, hey, join the tribal council. Red? Red up?
There's some dispute.
Alright, so after a very intense challenge, Zapatu wins first place. Congratulations. Coralitos wins second. And Gypsy wins Turkey in third.
We're doing the bare minimum.
No, second and third. Marco, how are you feeling right after this challenge?
Blows. We got really lost in the puzzle. We had heard some things about the puzzle, how to do it, like we heard middle, like the corner side, that did some, but yeah. Try to revise, and we're also how does the trouble concept.
Alright. I gotta ask, Lizette, you were very openly working and helping out the Gypsum tribe, and like very much not helping the LOA tribe. Can you explain like what happened during the challenge there?
Oh yeah, they asked for help, so I said yes.
And Brooke, vice versa with you. I saw you coming out here to help work with the LOA tribe.
Yeah, throw him a bone.
Alright. Well, unfortunately, LOA, I will be seeing you on Tribal Council on Thursday, where we will be having the third person voted out as top all survivor of Legends Pursuit. But with that being said, everybody, grab your stuff, head on out, strategize, and I'll see you guys then at the next event.
Like, I don't know, I'm mainly upset at Nathan because everyone was kind of just like, we're friends.
It was gonna be you. I thought you and Nathan were gonna be good.
I did too because he reached out to me first and he was like, I feel like we're really good friends and we have a friendship outside of this. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna make it personal, but you bring our friendship into this, then it's real. To the point where he and I both have class in Dexter, like at the same time. He texted me being like, do you wanna walk over together? He got out like half an hour early, waited for me to walk together. And I was like there's some things where it's like, okay, you wanna make people comfortable, but then why are you bringing our friendship into it? You didn't have to walk with me. You didn't have to do that. Like there's certain things that's like
surprised because Derek and I saw you guys before.
because we walked over together.
I know, I saw it. I saw we thought the three of you were for sure going together.
I thought so too. I thought it was the three of us running.
Now who are you going for?
Was that just because she wasn't talking? She wasn't talking to me. But like everyone I talked to was like, oh, she just hasn't been calling and stuff like that. So we're like, okay, she's not communicating. She was thinking her season. Okay, let's vote her out. I don't get it. I was like, why'd you make it so like friendship? Honestly, I thought it would have been you or Josh, or not you, sorry, Hugh or Joshua.
That was the two fake names, I guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I thought it was the four of us
I
against
don't have
Joshua.
anything.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So did any of you end up finding the clue?
What clue? What do you mean?
The idol. Okay, so
We cracked the numbers. I just don't know if we were right.
what'd you get?
I don't remember. We all idol hunted the same day at the
we all
same
did it
time.
together.
Like it was like a unit.
Ours was literally all together. We found it together.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But it was a clue, and it was like, basically, there was a bucket at tribal, and you had to reach your hands in and grab the idol, and whoever had sent a picture of the clue to him was eligible to do it, and so the bucket would be there. And so, and so we had all set up that.
So there's no way of finding it without that part, right? Or it's just more difficult.
No, I don't think there's a way.
How am I supposed to do this? Alright.
Gannon, I'm so sorry about your hand.
Yeah, are you okay?
I'm so
Oh
sorry,
my
but
God.
that sucks. I feel
Okay.
better.
Both of you to the first Redemption Island Challenge. Right off the bat, I gotta ask how you guys are feeling. Dina, Chloe, brutal blindsides. Dina, tell me a little bit about how you felt.
I was just really shocked because I'm connected to everyone on my tribe, and I thought I was like set with. Can I tell them anything?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was set with Nathan and Raul. I think that was pretty obvious from everyone else. Nathan reached out to me, and he was like, "I feel really good about our friendship," So yeah, so I was like, okay, I wasn't gonna make it personal, but you made it personal, bringing our friendship into this. So I was like, okay, good, I'm locked in. And I figured he's really, really good friends with Raul. So I was like, okay, the three of us could work together. Now it's just a matter of who are we voting out. I thought we settled on Lizette because she just wasn't talking to me. And I assumed everyone else was telling me that she's not talking to anyone else either. So I was like, okay, she's not talking to anyone, easy vote. Well, not easy vote, but like, you know what I mean. No, 4-way voted me out. Yeah.
Okay. Chloe, tell me a little bit about why you think you're here right now.
I think I played a little too hard, a little too fast. Brooke and Hugh both approached me the first night. We also all talked together, and I was definitely in a good position. I don't know if from the start they were going against me or not, but I know that by the end they were. And I was a blindside. It ended up being a 3-2 vote. It was either Hugh or Derek who voted with me. I don't know. And but Brooke definitely voted me. And yeah.
So, being here on Redemption Island, it's essentially a new opportunity to get a chance back into this game. This is a brand new twist for our fellow jury members here, seeing it for the first time. Eventually, someone on this island will return to the game. Unfortunately, one of you two is guaranteed to be out. Are you guys ready for today's challenge? For today's challenge, you will take a pair of chopsticks. Using only the chopsticks alone, you will stack them vertically until you reach 5 high. You can only touch the chopsticks. You cannot touch the structure of the metal. You can't physically touch it like this. You only use chopsticks to stack them. The first person to stack all 5 of their metal bolts, wins the challenge, stays on Redemption, more importantly, stays in this game. The loser, out of Redemption Island, out of the game completely, 20th place on Cal Poly Survivor Legends Pursuit. Both of y'all understand the rules? You guys ready to get started? All right. For a chance to stay on Redemption Island and in this game for another shot, survivors ready. Go! Both contestants utilizing one chopstick at a time, not necessarily using a traditional approach. Dina getting straight to stacking, Chloe sort of taking her time. You know, surface level is pretty easy. You pick it up, you put it on top. But then when you put it in actuality, it becomes a lot harder than it initially looks. Chloe being sure not to touch it with her hands in any way, shape, or form. Dina's on a steady move, hitting her 3rd bolt. Slowly but surely, making her way to the top. It is horrifying. Dina at 4. They need to be vertical. Not stack. And with that, Dina wins the competition. Safe on Redemption Island.
Honestly, I'd
Chloe.
rather now than later.
Eliminated from the game.
Last place. It's okay, girl. You did so good. Like, it's no, like it's okay. That was really hard. Like, girl.
I didn't even realize it was that way. So.
Can I say something? Because I don't know if anyone here knows this, but this was a challenge from my season that I competed in.
Yeah,
I figured production
After
knows
they're
this.
gone, do
I
I
don't know if
who
you guys
voted me
knew
now?
this. I don't know if you guys knew this. I don't know.
Once
if you
they're
knew
gone,
this,
do I get to find out who voted me?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
It's okay.
Dina,
Yeah.
you survived the challenge. You survived the game. You are still on Redemption Island and still in it to win it. Cal Poly Survivor Legends Pursuit. Go ahead, head out the door, say goodbye to Chloe, say goodbye to the folks on the journey.
You got this.
Bye again and bye, Liam.
Bye. See you around.
You will.
Just head over to Ed. Yeah. Well. It's a tough spot. You know, you dedicate so much time to this, right? You spend hours prepping, thinking that everything's gonna go your way. You know, you are an all-star for a reason, right? You're here for a reason. Tell me what's going through your mind right now.
I'm not that upset because if it had been a couple weeks into it, I would have been really sad. But it's like 4 days into it. I wanted to do better, but also this is better than like getting right next to Marie, and at least I'm first out. I just want to know who voted me, and yeah, I don't know. That's my main thing because that'll tell me. Like Dina said, bringing the friendships into it. Like everyone in this club knows each other. We're all friends. Bringing the friendships into it is the hardest part, and I've had really good conversations with both Derek and Hugh about our friendships. So either way, it's gonna hurt me, whoever it was. Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words for the two people here? Any advice?
Can I ask them a question?
Sure.
Are you guys gonna tell them?
Yeah, we should decide on this. Because the thing is, like, if they don't find out right now, they're gonna find out, like, next session.
Mm-hmm. But
we also won't be telling anyone on your tribe.
Yeah.
Like, if I tell them, I'm not gonna tell them here, I'm gonna wait until we're out of there.
Yeah.
And obviously,
I think, okay, but my at least Brooke was already suspecting redemption.
I was suspecting.
Yeah, I was. So, I don't know. Good luck, you two. Why were you chosen? Okay, obviously I know you. Why were you chosen to
It was the sit-outs.
I know. Why were you chosen to sit out?
Oh, I was just volunteering.
Okay. Good luck. It's
Sorry.
okay.
All right, Chloe, your game ends here. Go ahead and head out the door.
Bye. Good luck, guys.
Officially, the first people in the game that know that Redemption Island is a thing. The question is up to you. Do you tell the people in your tribe about what you just witnessed, or do you hold off on that information to see if it benefits you later? Good luck, and head back to camp.
Okay, so we lost the challenge today, which was a lot more, like, I felt it a lot more than I thought. I thought I wouldn't really be phased, but I was low-key like, wow, like, that's not fun. And so we've been kind of having like a mad dash of like figuring out what to do for tribal. Gannon, Sophie, and I figured out what we wanted to do. And so the plan is Gannon, Sophie, Marco, and I are gonna vote for Mimi because Mimi also was like, Mimi called Gannon and was like, we should form an alliance with Marco because Sophie and Alex seem super close or something kind of like that. And Mimi has really not been playing the game up until this point. So hearing that, I was kind of not thrilled. I was like, she needs to go because initially they wanted to change Gannon and Sophie wanted to change the vote to Marco, which I wasn't like, that wasn't my first vote. Like that wasn't my first choice, but I was like, okay, whatever. But then when I heard that, I was like, Mimi needs to go. She needs to go because she hasn't been playing the game like at all. And then all of a sudden she like tries to play. But it's been a little chaotic. But I think if everything goes to plan, they're gonna have Gannon and Marco having a FaceTime call with her tomorrow. And they're gonna say they're voting me, which I said they could say that. And if that comes back to bite me and I go home, it is what it is. And hopefully that's not the case, but yeah.
Which is a very easy thing to do based on our previous experiences. It seems like there's a lot of hearsay involved.
Yeah.
Of me hearing that Hugh's coming after me, Hugh's hearing I'm coming after him, and so it kind of made what happened at the first tribal pushed for. It just so happened that Chloe got caught in the crossfire of this. Of her own accord, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we're at a point where I don't think we can necessarily trust each other, but we are more on equal footing.
I think we understand why, like, things happened.
Yeah.
At least I do. I understand why you're coming after me. If you're obviously hearing that I'm
I'm having the similar thing of, you know, I hear you're coming after me, and I understand what you're hearing of, like, I'm coming after you. It's, you know, a thing of neither of us had a grudge with each other, but everyone was saying we each had a grudge with the other.
Yeah,
which,
so that kind of forced into...
Yeah, so...
So, we'll see. I think if we can work together And
it could be a useful aspect in the future.
If people know that, which I think people do know that we're coming after each other, even on the other tribes, then we can use that to our advantage.
Yeah, as long as we're careful about it, and of course we have to get to that point, so we can't lose more we can't lose more challenges is the biggest problem we have right now.
Yeah, can't lose more challenges.
Can't lose more challenges. Thankfully, we didn't lose one. So,
I know, we won one finally. That was good.
That was. We were so excited about that.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I sucked at that challenge. I did terribly, straight up. I feel like at first I wasn't really much of a help on the the tiles, collecting the pieces. It wasn't until we had to reset the challenge that I was able to like really actually start to do things. And then puzzle wise, I couldn't really get it either. I really had like no clue what I was doing, and so that was rough. I'm not gonna lie, especially because I feel like I like did pretty well on the first challenge in terms of like helping getting the bucket up there, being able to hold multiple balloons at once, and so you know, it was a little frustrating, I guess, feeling like I couldn't help contribute to the team as much. Luckily, Brenna just absolutely beasted that challenge. So it's great. We didn't lose. We got third. And, we're still sticking together. And so this is really good just because it would have been really unfortunate to have to go to tribal on such a short notice, to be honest. And so I'm glad that we keep winning. I'm glad that we're able to stay together. And so I'm going to be able to focus in class, actually. And come Tuesday, newbie's going to be voted out, so that's going to be great because it's one of the things I didn't account for in this game.
So on Tuesday, the Gypsum Tribe, we came in third. It was so close. We literally almost lost. It was so scary. We keep just like barely not losing. So it's a little terrifying, but we're not going to tribal today on Thursday. I was the caller for like the blindfolded challenge, and then Brenna, Dylan, and Benji did like the puzzle and like the retrieving the pieces, and then Liam chose to sat out, but he had to go on this journey, which was crazy, and he came back and he told us that he got to watch the exile thing, and so there's Exile Island, literally insane. So he said Dina and Chloe did their challenge and Dina won. So that's crazy that he got to go see that and know that Exile is there. And he came back and told all of us, because we're not going to tribal, so we're not super cutthroat right now. We think Q was left out of his vote on blue, and so we're kind of hoping that if something happens, merge / tribe swap or whatever, maybe Q would jump with us. For our tribe, I guess, it's me, Liam, and Brenna. And if we have to go to a vote, we'll probably vote Benji. And we would want to get Dylan on board with us just to make it a 4-1. So we're just more united if anything does happen, like a tribe swap. So that's what's happening.
I want to drop in some updates. I'm sure y'all seen about the whole 1-2-3 alliance thing. I actually really like the idea. I'm not gonna lie. If I get to the end with that, I would call that very much of a success. Because I feel like we've bonded to this point. One, because we haven't gone to tribal, and two, because I feel like we're all on the same page. We all kind of want the same things, and so I really want to just go forward with that group. To be honest. I was so glad I was just able to talk to Brenna and say hey, let's seriously work together, and then bring in Dylan because we both trusted him and say okay, let's make this thing official. And I'm genuinely so glad that it worked out that way, and I really am hoping that I can continue to move forward in this game with them and even the rest of Gypsum Tribe. That's just me though.
We have our first tribal tomorrow. I'm feeling so anxious, which I don't know. So there's kind of 2 alliances on our tribe. There's Girls Alliance, which is Sophia, Alex, and I. And then there is Marco, Gannon, and I, who are all not first years. And I honestly feel like I trust Marco and Gannon more because Alex and Sophia do seem like pretty close, and they just have a lot of like little connections and stuff like that. And I do feel like if it got down to a situation where it was the three of us at a tribal, me and Sophia and Alex, they would vote me out. But then the same can be said for Marco and Gannon, because it'd be like boys and then me. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Last night afterwards, it was just like phone call after phone call. Talking to people. Gannon reached out to me. Marco had reached out to Gannon prior. But the other thing is, I don't know if Gannon reached out to either of the other girls or if the other girls have reached out to Marco or Gannon. And so I'm kind of feeling anxious about being caught in the middle of this because I don't know, you know? Stressful. So anyways, that is all. We'll probably give another update later after we have some talks, because I know there's going to be a lot of more conversations happening today, which is stressful.
What have I found? It's not an idol. It's not an advantage. It's a snake in the grass. And her name is Lizette. So, yesterday, Nathan texted me around 9 p.m. I was grinding on a homework assignment, so I couldn't call him that day. He's like, can you call 10:15 to 10:30? And when we're like, can we call? There's a little friendly talk beforehand. There's a little yipper yapper chatter, and then like, oh, let's touch base, or yo, can we call? He's like, can you call 10:15 to 10:30? I'm like, yeah, today's not gonna work out for me, but let's call tomorrow. So tomorrow has arrived, and tomorrow is today. And I called Nathan, and he's like, Lizette is a snake. Apparently, Lizette went to Kayla, and she's like, yeah, I think Rahul and Nathan are getting a bit close to each other. You know, should probably try to separate that a bit. And Kayla apparently went right to Nathan and just ratted Lizette out. And Nathan went to me and ratted Lizette out to me. So, you know, that mark of a snake is set right on Lizette. And you might be wondering, why didn't Kayla talk to me? Because Lizette apparently mentioned that she would be able to persuade me to vote Nathan by leveraging the fact that we're never on the same side and he voted for me like 4 times in a row.
China could not have gone better. And then we got another idol clue. The blue tribe tried to tell us all this stuff. Don't go here. We already went there. We found like the slip of paper, all this stuff. And I'm like, all you bitches are lying to us. Like, that is what your tribe is known for. Like, oh yeah, Brooke's blue hands. Yeah, they had to reach their hand and paint. I don't believe that bullshit. And maybe I'm oblivious to it, and maybe they really did have to do that, but I didn't believe that shit. I do think the idol is still out there. But I'm also not that motivated to look, to be completely honest, because you have to unpack every single layer of that clue. And I simply don't have time for that.
Because Gannon has broken his hand, he hasn't been able to attend the challenges physically. And that has led us to like want to vote him out. Like, well, not want to, like he was my closest ally. Like, I wanted to go far with Gannon. But the fact that the rest of us are at the challenges, you know, putting in the work, and like, sure, it's not his fault, he can't, we still feel like it's best to keep the physically active players in the game. Like, let's say we go into merge, we can still have a chance at winning like a challenge, and then we don't have to worry about a yellow tribe going down and losing numbers in the merge or a swap. Though, would it be crazy if this always comes to mind actually. I feel like this comes to mind of any player. Like, it could be me, you know, like, I hate that thought too. Like, it actually keeps me so fucking paranoid. Like, but the anxiety is there. Like, imagine like they got one over me. I doubt it, because I feel like me and Alex are pretty cool. But hey, you really never know in Survivor or whatnot.
We just lost our first challenge, which is pretty upsetting.
was just a bit of a bummer the way the puzzle situation kind of worked out. It seemed like there was a little bit of miscommunication, but either way, we did lose and we're going to tribal. A few things going on right now. I was pretty shocked at the tribes going home, and also we found out from Gannon that there's sort of a redemption island situation going on. But it does make me a little worried because I do know one of the people who went home has a really strong alliance with somebody from a different tribe, so that is a little worrisome to like think about that going forward. Yeah, we kind of have a girls alliance going right now, but at the end of the day, like, you never really know. Yeah, I also don't really know how this whole situation fits in with Gannon. I mean, it definitely seems like there's kind of an, like, and I hate to say it because I do feel like Gannon is someone I could be aligned with. He seems similar to people that I am friends with. So I feel like that could have definitely been a good situation, but just with his hand and everything, it's seems kind of like an easy option. But I don't know. I don't really know. It's stressful and nerve-wracking, definitely. But yeah, that's all I have for you today.
Back and bringing you updates and a little bit of chaos from the LOA tribe last night. After tribal, we were kind of in like a mad dash to figure out what we wanted to do, and then Marco texts me and Alex at the exact same time saying, hey, how are you feeling after the challenge? And at this point, I'm on the phone with Gannon, and I'm like, Gannon, what do I tell Marco? And as soon as I start talking to Gannon, he tells me that after the challenge, after we all walked away, like went our separate ways, Mimi texted Marco and Gannon creating an anti-freshman alliance, excluding me and Alex, because she didn't trust our all-girls alliance, and she didn't trust the fact that me and Alex went off on our own after the challenge, which is, to be fair, she shouldn't have trusted us. Like, she was right on that because we were targeting her and the all-girls alliance was like fake, kind of. So then originally I was like, oh, I want to vote Marco because I don't like being on the outside of the Gannon Alex Marco alliance. But when Gannon told me that, I'm like, okay, I'm down to vote Mimi. And then Marco texts me and Alex at the exact same time saying, hey, how are you feeling after the challenge? And I'm on the phone with Gannon like, hey, what the hell do I tell Marco right now? Like, we don't want him to know about our alliance and like the all girls alliance, like what do we do? And so with Gannon, I come up with the plan. I tell Marco that walking back from the challenge, me and Alex agreed. I threw Mimi's name out, Alex agreed. Then I told Gannon. Gannon also agreed and proposed that we do a 4-person alliance against Mimi. And so I tell that story on the phone to Marco, which is like a bit of a lie to him because like we were already in an alliance, of course, but it was not a lie like to harm him, so it's fine. And yeah, Marco agrees with us, agrees that we're writing Mimi's name down on Thursday, and Mimi pretty much thinks that she's the swing vote. It'll be interesting to see who she votes for, because if she votes for Gannon, who we're gonna tell her to vote for because of his hand, and Gannon knows that and he's okay with that, then obviously she was actually aligned with us. And then if she votes for Alex, who Marco and Gannon are going to tell her to vote for, and again, Alex knows that Mimi threw Alex's name out there apparently, and they're going to roll with that, then it shows that she was going to be actually in alliance with the anti-freshman alliance. But it doesn't matter, because if all goes according to plan, I don't think I'm getting blindsided. Theoretically, Alex or me could be getting blindsided, but I highly doubt it. I really think I can trust Gannon and Marco.
But we'll see how Thursday goes. Sorry, Mimi. No hard feelings. You were just at the bottom this time.
Nope.
Shall we? Sophia, you coming to the game, you're seen as already the big first twist where it's 5 newbies playing in a cast of 15 returners. Walk me through like what the dynamics were starting off in the tribe. Did you already feel united because hey, we're already seen as the minority because like, you know, they've all played a game before, they probably have past relationships, or was it something different? Walk me through that.
Admittedly, I think our tribe, we can all agree, was a little quiet, which was, you know, a little like uneasy until we lost pretty much. And so like the first couple days I remember like, wow, I don't really feel like I'm playing yet. Like nothing's happened, but I feel comfortable in the tribe now.
Mimi, did you have a similar experience where like, yeah, it's been very, very quiet since the start of the early days of the game, and all of a sudden Sophia said, yeah, the game quickly shifted when you guys lost. Did you also have a similar experience to that?
Yeah, I definitely think winning the first challenge it gave us an easy sort of intro where we didn't have to sort of scramble and figure something out right away. Things have definitely changed.
Gannon, so obviously you're not here because you broke your arm, right? You're in Sacramento and stuff like that. And based on the details of what I'm hearing is that the game hasn't really like started when you guys first initially got onto your tribe until you guys lost. Obviously, since you're on like FaceTime and not like with these other 4 people that are here next to you, do you feel worried that it could be possibly be you tonight?
You know, of course. I'm not there. I don't have the ability to meet up with these people and make those connections in person. I was happy that the game started off slow since I wasn't there. Unfortunately, we did lose the challenge, so we, you know, it had to start at some point. So all I can really hope is that like the phone conversations I had will get me through tonight. That's all I can really hold on to.
Marco, it's very interesting because like obviously you guys are a new tribe, so none of you guys really know how each of the other person will play and stuff like that, right? So what kind of criteria do you really assess for you in your case to like figure out who to vote out for this tribal council?
I'm trying to keep 2 things in mind. People who I can take to the merge because, you know, I'm trying to play the long game. Like, I'm pretty sure all of us here want to win the game. And there's 4 tribes right now. If any of them go in with high numbers, like let's say a tribe that hasn't lost at all, Red Tribe, they'll be going into merge with 5 people if they continue to win. Right now tonight we're going to be losing somebody, and I want to make sure I keep people that will stick with me to merge. Aside from that, I don't have much other criteria, but yeah, just looking for people to take me the long way.
Absolutely. Mimi, so Marco says he wants to keep people that are going to stick with him to the merge, right? So how do you exactly approach that situation? How do you convince somebody like Marco or all these other people that you are that kind of person that they can like depend on to stick with them later down the road?
Yeah, I think it's just right now is building trust, and so this is the first time we're gonna get to see how everyone's gonna play, and so yeah.
Alex, have you started to see like any alliances starting to form, any duos, any trios, anything along those lines, like seeing people kind of separate off? Because I understand that the game hasn't really begun since you guys lost, but how was your experience with that?
I mean, yeah, pretty similar experience to a lot of the other people of it starting off slow, and it kind of felt a little bit like a mad dash after we lost, because I think we started to realize we really only have like 1.5 days to kind of figure this out, and it's definitely a little intimidating. And I think just like Mimi said, kind of you'll see where things are at the end of this tonight, because we haven't really had to test any of the things that might have or might not have formed. So I think this vote will be really telling for that.
And again, and obviously, like again, you are on Zoom. If another person that's not you is voted out in this game, you guys are going into another physical challenge, and you have to sit out because you can't physically compete. So are you worried that that could possibly be another factor in you possibly going home tonight? Or like, how do you convince this tribe that you are capable and are useful to be kept around here?
Of course, that is a factor that comes into play. You know, I feel terrible that I couldn't have been there on Tuesday to help out in the challenge. And again, I can only hope that our relationships that I made over like this short 2-day period is enough to keep me, despite that challenge, like discrepancy that I won't be able to bring. But you know, in these challenges, sometimes less people in the kitchen is a little better. Less cooks in the kitchen, you know, allows for easier solving of the puzzles. I know that first day that when we did the slide puzzle, like you can't really do a slide puzzle with multiple people. You just need one person there. So I don't think it will make a big difference in these challenges, but that's really up to other people to decide at this point.
So Sophia, are you mainly worried about in terms of tribe strength when it comes to like winning these challenges and making sure you don't go to tribal with these small tribes, or are you more worried about trust in the game, like building alliances and stuff like that? Where are you standing with this vote?
I think I'm in it for the long haul too. So right now I'm just like, you know, like my main priority is like having, I guess, numbers going in, like people that I can trust and hold close to me.
So Marco, I gotta ask, is tonight going to be a blindside? Is it going to be a united vote? Is it going to be divided? Where's exactly the whole vibes here?
No idea, man. It could be me, it could be any of us. Like, we're all still pretty fresh. This is like our first tribal. We really don't know who the alliances are. I've had my conversations and I hope it goes the way I want it to go. But can't really say, I can't give you any guarantees on what will happen.
Alex, what about you? Do you agree with Marco saying like, I don't know what would happen? It could be possibly me as well. What is your feelings going on?
I mean, I totally resonate with that because also just like hearing what people are saying and kind of knowing like the conversations I've had and then hearing people having conversations that you might not have necessarily been a part of, it just like opens a whole can of worms of, you know what, there's been things said that I wasn't a part of and it totally could be you at the end of the day.
And Mimi, there's still the whole twist that is we haven't even talked about with shot in the dark. Like, you can choose to risk your vote to get a 1 in 6 shot of safety in the game. Has that like topic of conversation been at all for you guys for this vote, or?
I haven't thought about it that much, honestly. I just am putting my trust in what I think is gonna happen, and so, yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna take a quick poll here. Raise of hands. Who here like knows confidently who they're voting for? Like when they walk into that voting room, they know which name they're gonna write down, like be honest. All right, interesting. So everyone here is coming in with a plan. Gannon, I gotta ask, like, finish us off here. How do you guarantee that your plan is the one that will succeed in tonight's tribal council?
Could you ask that one more time?
How do you guarantee that your plan is the one that will succeed in tonight's tribal council?
I mean, you really can't guarantee that what you think is going to happen is going to happen. That's kind of the beauty of this game. You have to put your trust in these people that you just met a few days ago and hope that what they told you is truly what is going to happen in this game. So all you can do is hope.
Well, I think that's a great way to end this tribal council, and it's finally time for all of you 5 to make your mark in Cal Poly Survivor history, because it is time to vote. Sophia, you're up. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage and they want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. Are your votes? First vote, Mimi. Alex. 1 vote Alex, 1 vote Mimi. Mimi. That's 2 votes Mimi, 1 vote Alex. Third person voted out of Cal Poly Survivor Legends Pursuit. Mimi. That's 3 tonight, that's enough. You can bring your torch. Mimi, try to smoke it. Time to go. You take the torch. Well, I guess only time will tell if this 4 is really that united to go into the merge or swap. Grab your torches, head on back to camp. I'll see you at the next challenge.
you say my name, so you have to go.
I know we'll be playing down, but I trust my alliance.
You're the only one out here. I'm right here. This is you out here, Ben. It's okay.